Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell bringing you week 42 of Spotlight on Success 2025. Today, we're talking about leading through complexity, the art of adaptive simplicity. As your organization grows, complexity can creep in quietly, slowing innovation and draining focus. This session is about mastering adaptive simplicity, leading with clarity amid the chaos. Complexity isn't the enemy. Unmanaged complexity is. Great leaders learn to distill the essential without oversimplifying. In fast-moving environments, whether scaling a startup or steering a division, clarity becomes your most valuable currency. Adaptive leaders ask, what truly matters now? And what can we release? The discipline of subtraction creates the space for greater innovation, creativity, and human connection to thrive. So today we can talk about applying the steady model. The S in our steady model is for simplify, stripping away that which no longer serves our mission. The T is for make the complex understandable for your team. The E, delegate decision authority where it creates speed. The A, align, keep strategy and execution rhythm in sync. The D, decide, move forward with confidence because imperfect action beats indecision. And lastly, the Y, yield, celebrate the clarity that drives progress. Complexity is a natural part of growth. But the most effective leaders, again, are those who can translate that complexity into clarity, who can simplify without oversimplifying. Because in business and in life, every new level brings new layers, more stakeholders, more systems, more noise, and complexity creeps in quietly. And before you know it, clarity has been replaced by chaos. So again, as we've talked today about mechanisms you can use for adaptive simplicity, it's really about the ability for you, your business, and your team to stay calm, stay focused, and stay effective, even when the world seems to be spinning faster every quarter. And here's a truth I've seen across every environment, from government transformation programs to private startups to large-scale global consultancies. The great leaders are the ones who sustain performance and scale impact. They take the opposite approach of everyone else and simplify intelligently. They know that every new process must earn its keep. Every new initiative must connect back to purpose. So adaptive simplicity isn't about cutting corners. It's about cutting out noise. It's about asking what truly matters most now. It's about asking what's distracting us from our mission. What can we release, delegate, or automate so we can focus on value? So here's what adaptive simplicity really does. It restores energy, it reclaims bandwidth, and most of all, it recenters your organization on what truly drives results. In high change environments, clarity isn't a luxury, it's a leadership discipline. So when everything feels chaotic, your job as a leader isn't to control everything, it's to create coherence. It's to make sure that every person, process, and purpose is moving in the same direction. So let's get practical. Put that steady model in to play. Again, S is for simplify. Start by auditing your systems and workflows. What's no longer serving the mission? Which task could be automated, streamlined, or delegated? Simplicity begins with subtraction, not addition. T is for translate. Complexity grows when communication breaks down. Your job as a leader is to translate complexity into clarity. If your team cannot articulate the why behind their work, you haven't simplified enough. Keep messages simple, directionable, and actionable. E for empower. Push decision-making closer to the information. Empower the people who are closest to the problem to own the solution, because trust builds speed and speed builds adaptability. A is for align. Alignment is the heartbeat of simplicity. Regularly sync strategy and execution. Make sure priorities, metrics, and communication all flow in the same rhythm, because misalignment breeds unnecessary complexity. D is for decide. Perfectionism is a momentum killer. In fast-moving environments, indecision is often worse than the wrong decision. Make the best decision you can with the data you have, then iterate. Y equals yield. And this is my favorite part, because yield does not mean give up. It means celebrate clarity. When your team experiences what it feels like to work with focus and flow, recognize it, celebrate it, because positive reinforcement multiplies momentum. Take a moment and really feel how far that you and your team and your organization have come, and apply this model consistently so that you can find that your organization begins to breathe again, not from doing less, but from doing what matters most. So let's bring this home. Ask yourself and be honest. Where might you be confusing activity with impact? Where has busyness become a badge of honor instead of a barrier to clarity? And here's your challenge for the week. Identify one recurring meeting, one redundant report, or one outdated process in your organization. Eliminate it or replace it with something that actually fuels innovation, creativity, and connection. Maybe that means replacing your Monday status meeting with a weekly brainstorming sprint. Maybe it's substituting a long report with a dashboard that updates automatically. Maybe it's shifting a reoccurring call into a deep work block for your team. Whatever it is, simplify it. Remember, simplification isn't just subtraction. It's ultimately optimization. When you remove the unnecessary, you reveal the extraordinary, because in the end, leadership isn't about adding more complexity. It's about mastering the art of adaptive simplicity and teaching others to do the same. This is Dr. Rhonda Farrell thanking you for joining me for week 42 of a Spotlight on Success. Let's keep leading with clarity, simplicity, and purpose, even in a complex world.